Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your weekly reads. I'm doing them the same way at random, so this is how they're going to be from here on inwards, and nobody's got any expectation on which way they come out. Oh, there it is. So we're doing this reading for Leo. Thanks for watching, Leo. I'm going to use the Pagan Tarot again for this reading. I've been doing a few with one deck and then changing the deck when it gets a little tired. So, ooh, beautiful. What's happening for Leo for the next week or so? Now, if the readings don't resonate with you, remember you can always move on to the next read or check out other aspects of your chart, natal chart. We do have the Six of Swords coming out here with the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords. Wow. Some of you are moving on after getting some news from somebody, some sort of news that may have been quite cutting and very harsh. Definitely moving into calmer waters now though, moving away from, you know, what you've left behind, never to return. You cannot return to this because it will have gone, it will have burned down. So it's definitely moving forward, definitely moving into much calmer water and leaving behind what no longer serves you. Could be leaving an air sign behind here as well, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but whoever it was quite harsh and sharp. So maybe you've had a bit of a breakup with someone or gone a separate way. Okay, very nice. Straight out of the gate, you've got the Wheel. So the Wheel talks about the universe moving things in your favor. This is about karma here. It's karma coming back to you in a good way. Okay, and then we have the Hermit card. So I'd say, you know, looking at those cards and looking at the front runners for that mini story, this is definitely about you taking time out to really understand who you are and what direction you want to go in. I feel like a lot of you have been either with the Wheel here, may have been moved from a situation, but you've definitely chosen to move in another direction here. So whoever you've left behind was giving you a hard time by the looks of that. Now the Nine of Wands is here, and the Nine of Wands talks about putting up boundaries, really understanding your direction here. A lot of people don't understand what boundaries are. We're sort of taught as children to, you know, put up with a lot of stuff that we shouldn't have to. And when, of course, we speak up for ourselves, we're told that, you know, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be mean to people. You shouldn't be nasty. So you grow up with this idea that people can, you know, take advantage of you. And as I've got older, I've realised that without boundaries, it's very difficult to have a good, solid relationship because there's no respect in the relationship. So if there are no boundaries there, you know, people can take advantage of who you are, and it creates a toxicity, which of course when people say what is a toxic relationship, that's what it's all about. One person, it can talk about unrequited love, you know, someone being cold when you're sort of giving so much. And you know, when someone's cold, you keep giving more in hope that they will start to love you. But if you haven't had the boundaries in the first place, you're not going to build that love through that process. So the boundaries here in the Nine of Wands is about protecting yourself now so you don't get hurt again. That's what the strong message is here for. Okay, now you do have the Eight of Wands coming out here as well. So I feel like you've come out of a situation where maybe you were defending yourself against something. And the universe is talking about, you know, moving forward and understanding the need for good boundaries. Okay, we have the Seven of Cups coming through here. The Delusion, Illusion, Confusion card. This is often about having so many choices, you're unsure of which way to go. Makes sense with this reading because you're trying to take your time out to understand. If you've come out of a situation, a work situation, a love situation, or any of those things, very often, you know, it is a matter of taking the time out to just decide what direction you want to go in now. For example, if you've come out of a work situation, it can be about, you know, how do you pick your next job and make sure whatever's happened in the last one doesn't happen, or how do you pick your next relationship and taking your learnings away here. But I feel like you've already got that here, which is good. Okay, we do have the World, so you're definitely closing out this cycle here. You're closing out some kind of a cycle. This is why you're coming through this fog, this confusion, why it's very difficult for you to see the path ahead at the moment. It's all good though. Six of Pentacles. So yes, this was definitely about something that wasn't balanced in your life. Coming out of a period of time when you really didn't have good balance. I can see that 9 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles here says to me that you were trying to work to get some sort of balance in a situation and it just wasn't happening for you. 7 of Pentacles. So you've invested now for your future. You've come through this very confusing time. You finish out a cycle and you're putting down some roots here to grow some sort of future for yourself. So there's this feeling now that you're planning more than what you've done before. So it's like you're trying to understand the direction you're going in and trying to plant seeds to move in that particular direction. Very, very nice, Leo. There's the 10 of Cups coming out here, which says to me you're planting for abundance. So somehow through this process, you've understood manifestation with this 7 of Cups here. You're manifesting something brand new, but something with balance, something that you can build around yourself. Understand what you need, that type of thing. Okay, and you do have the Knight of Wands coming through here. So you're moving forward very, very quickly here. This does represent the fire signs, so Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. It's like you've got your feet now. It's like you've really understood the direction you need to go in. Okay, so what this says to me here as a collective reading is that the universe is sort of helping you to move forward here. There's something that you need to have in your life and you're trying to work out how to move forward. It could be that you've come through a fairly tough time, this moving away from something and having this sort of, it looks like you've either had a fight with someone or an argument with somebody here and they were quite harsh, quite cutting, and now you're moving forward. Now, not necessarily a love reading, could be any area of your life really, but this is about you really sort of seeking solitude here to work out which direction to go in. You're definitely understanding the value of boundaries. Perhaps you've been in a situation where you were giving a lot and getting very little in return. You're clearing the fog now, moving out of what I see as sort of a lot of confusion here, and moving into a situation now where you are seeking to have balance in your life. What you're doing here now is you're planning more for your future. So maybe you've been winging it up until now and sort of going with the flow, and maybe now you're sort of seeing that, you know, you need to be a bit more conscious, a little bit more thought-provoked moving forward, like understanding what do you want out of life, which direction do you want to go in, is it something you can keep winging or do you want to have a plan? And I feel like you're coming up with a plan here because you're planning for abundance. So you're understanding the need to manifest for yourself. And you're moving forward with great speed here. It's really beautiful because it's like you've got it, and it's like having an epiphany moment where you've got the idea and you understand why you're here now, and you're moving forward on this beautiful abundance that's coming in for you here. This could be a work situation for some of you, because I do have a strong feel that this is about perhaps being taken for granted at work and moving away from that situation, but it could be a personal situation too. But it has a strong feeling of work here and just sort of sitting back and deciding which direction to go in now. Okay, so the card you've got is the Five of Abundance, and it says there are times, hang on, I'll let you have a look at that first. There are times when everyone needs a hand. Your angels want you to know that you needn't go through your current challenges alone. Accept the help of those around you. The situation you're experiencing is temporary. This may not be the right time to become self-employed. Be patient. So maybe some of you here are moving out of a work situation and deciding to go it alone. Maybe that's why you're trying to move forward here with a job. But I can understand why the universe is saying, you know, take your time with this, because maybe you've been the type of person, you're a fire sign, you go in very passionate without making plans first. But this reading is strongly about closing out cycles and planning as you move forward, really being clear about what do you want from this. So lovely reading, Leo. Have a great week.